Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to teach very simply how to build a business that you can depend on, how to build your business in a way that you can absolutely depend on it. I'm Mia Redrick, mom strategist, business coach, consultant. I got started in my company over 20 years ago. And I simply made a decision. I made a decision that I wanted to figure out how to build a business that I could depend on. And I know that what I'm going to share with you today is going to be eye-opening for many of you. It might shake some of your shoulders. That's okay. All right. And you'll come away with a huge learning. And I hope as a direct result of being on my lives that you take an action. You've taken action because that's why I come here, not so you can passively listen, but so that you can take an action that can absolutely change your life. Now, here's my story. When I got started in my business, I had no products. I didn't know how to take what I was doing and how to package it. Actually, I didn't even know that I was the product. I want you to understand that you are the product. I had a background as a corporate trainer, and I wanted to figure out how to take what I was doing and package my systems in motherhood so that I could support other women with ritualistic self-care, because it was something I knew a whole lot about, but I didn't know how to take what I was doing for myself and put it in a system to sell. I kept looking for someone to help me, and I went to a small business resource center in my town, and I was told by the director of the small business resource center that my idea, mom coaching, did not make any sense, and that no one would ever pay me to be the mom strategist or a mom coach. And he was absolutely incorrect. What I realized today, he didn't know how to help me, but I kept looking for someone that could support me, that was evidence of what it is that I wanted to do. I went to a live event, and that live event literally changed my life. It was the first time I ever witnessed someone as a coach or as a consultant, as a trainer who was selling high ticket services. And I was like, sign me up. I want to do this my own way. So I always share my story with you. I hope that it provides you with inspiration, because a lot of times you might know what you want to do in general, but you may not know someone specifically who has done it. And I will tell you, for me, that made all the difference. Fast forward, I've had the opportunity to build an amazing business. I've coached thousands of women literally all around the world, packaging their systems, their knowledge into high ticket products, both on or offline, Carla. Good to see you. And I've had the opportunity to be signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows as paid talent, as the mom strategist, a dream come true. Equally, I have had the opportunity to do corporate partnerships, strategic partnerships with Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 brands. And when I got started in my business, I had an idea about what I wanted to do to support women. I didn't know the bigness or the vastness of my idea. As a result of me building my own professional brand, I had so many women that raised their hands because they saw the evidence. Hi, Amanda. Hi. They saw the evidence. They saw that what I had done for myself, they saw the proof of it. And they wanted to figure out how I could show them equally how to take their knowledge, their background, and their skill and package it into a profitable business and brand. And I've done exactly that. Many of my clients are full-time entrepreneurs. All of my clients, when they start working with me, typically they are selling what they have for trading time for dollars, or maybe $150 an hour, $250 an hour, some even lower than that. And I show them strategically how to take their knowledge and how to package their knowledge into high ticket offerings, $2,500 or more. And it's usually or more. And I show them that in order for them to sell what they know as a high ticket offering, it doesn't have to take years. It doesn't. It doesn't have to take multiple months. It doesn't, if you implement the step-by-step process. I have many of my clients who started working with me in a relatively short period of time. couple weeks, they've been able to close and sell at a very high ticket because they understand exactly how to package what they're doing, how to price what they're doing, how to position their knowledge as the obvious choice, how to sell, and how to sell in a way that's not salesy so that their ideal clients come directly to them. Good to see you, Valerie and Edie. I'm so glad you're here. Now, tonight, I wanted to do this topic because this is a question that we get almost every single week. How to build a business that you can count on, that you can rely on. And I thought, well, I want to do this from the perspective of what is it that I've done over the years? And I'll just open it up. I'll just share with you what I've done. That I've built a business that's allowed me to be a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade, 2 decades. Equally, that business has been there for me and it's been there for my family. When my husband had kidney disease and went on dialysis, I was able to be available to my family in ways that I could have only dreamed of. And I could do it because I built the business properly. To me, properly means that the business gives you time freedom and financial security. How many of you guys are looking to build a business, right, that gives you both freedom and financial security? All of us. It is the dream, but many people have it as a dream, but don't actually have a business that they can depend on. So I thought tonight I'm going to share with you, I've got some points, 8, maybe 9 simple points that I want you to think about your own business or the business that you're thinking about starting and say, are these elements present in my business? And if they're not, I want you to think about how you can make that shift, or maybe working with someone that can support you in putting that in place, or if I can support you in some way, inboxing us so we can reach out to you. So before I get started, I always ask you, are you ready to receive this powerful message? And that is how to build a business, that you can depend on. And if you're ready, I want you to simply write, I'm ready. Amanda writes, hi, hi, hi. Hey, Amanda. Edie says, hi, Mia. I love the topic. Knew you would. There is a Facebook user that says, hi. Hello, I can't see your name. Okay. Valerie says, that is correct. Thank you, Valerie. And Linda says, hello, giant of giants, Mia Redrick. Hey, darling, I appreciate you. Linda, I think that's a fist bump. I think that's like 2 fist bumps. I think that's what that is. Okay. Carla says she's ready. Valerie is ready. Amanda says, I'm ready always. But you do have to be ready. And if you're watching the replay, I equally want you to write, I am ready, because you have to be ready to receive a powerful message, right? It's also your way of communicating with me that you're getting tons of value from the lives that I bring to you on every single Monday. All right. Number 1, how to build a business you can depend on. You guys should write this down. Number one, the most important thing that I learned over the years is the importance of standing in my value in business. See, a lot of times when we make that shift from our work life to becoming an entrepreneur, the challenge that we have is we're used to a model where there's a salary or there's some hourly wage that we've said yes to. And we have this programming in our mind, in our head, that in order for us to earn income, that we have to trade time in order to earn income. So one of the first things that I had to understand if I wanted to build a business that I could depend on is that I actually had to divorce that mindset that I had from my work. See, my work life, as a corporate trainer for a Fortune 100 company, said that I was salaried, which meant that I worked a lot more than 40 hours a week for my salary. I had a status, the title, a corner office, all of those trappings, right? But what I didn't have was time freedom. I didn't have the ability to negotiate what I earned. I had a cap on my income, and my time was drained by or controlled by my employer. And maybe this is you. If you desire to build a business you can depend on, the first thing that I had to get clear about was standing in my value, recognizing that running my business was not like being an employee, right? A contractual employee, a salaried employee in my company, and that I would have to break up with models that had a cap on my capacity, on my earning, on my time. if this is making sense, I want you to say, I'm getting this, okay? And I'll tell you why I wanted to mention this first. Because so many women come to me, they're brilliant, they're amazing, they're sharp, they want to start a business, or they've already started a business. And the very first model that they have that is absolutely broken is that they actually don't know the value of what they bring to the table. So they use these models that they've seen. They go on other people's websites and they say, I should charge this amount. Or they undervalue what it is that they're doing, the kind of results that they can bring. They discount the fact that they've already got 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or more years of experience that they can add to the mix. And yet they don't count that in their business at all. They say things like, I'm new in this business, therefore I should have new prices. If this is you, you might say, this is me. I understand, because that was the very first thing that I had to do. How to build a business you can depend on. The reason standing in your value is so important is that if you don't charge what you're worth, you will not be in business. You will not like being in business. You will not be able to stay in business. You will not attract the right client. You will not be able to provide the security that you desire, right? So you can long-term get yourself free and stay free. And whenever I have clients who are not free or who do not or cannot stay free, it is almost always because they don't stand in their value. It's because they discount what they're doing. They're undervaluing what they're charging. They don't really see the full transformation they're providing their clients. And as a direct result of that, they're in conflict around their pricing. And if this is you, I want you to get this straight. Is this making sense? All right. Number 2. Tonight we're talking about how to build a business that you can depend on. Carla says, wow, I'm getting this. I'm so glad that you're getting it. And Sean says, I'm ready. Okay, Sean, awesome. And Alicia says, hi there, Mia. I'm ready. Awesome. Of course you're ready. Of course. Of course. Hey, Evelyn, I'm so glad you're here. The second thing I want you to write down is how to build a business you can depend on is charging what you are worth. All right. If you want to build a business that you can depend on, you have to charge what you are worth. Let me explain this. All right. So when I got started in business, like every single person that I've met who does consulting, and they typically have some kind of hourly model. And I knew that I could create amazing results for people because consistently I could do that. But I had this big goal, and maybe this is you. And I'm going to tell you my number. I want you to insert your number. But my number was, I want to make $1 million in my business in 1 year. That was my goal. Got started in business. That was my goal. But I had one big problem. Okay. My biggest problem was I wasn't charging what I was worth. So I was charging something back then, 20 years ago, like $125 an hour. Yeah, I said it. $125 an hour. And I want to earn $1 million in a year. Now you do the math. Somebody do the math. Divide $125 by $1 million. And that tells you how many hours that I need to work over the course of 1 year. See, if you want to build a business you can depend on, the very first thing you've got to get clear is not to trade time for dollars. All right. And it's the one thing that I teach my clients how to do, how to charge what you're worth. See, people invest in results or transformation based on what you know how to do. And people are willing to pay you top dollars if you have the ability to create results for people. A lot of times that's the disconnect. It's that we create results and we don't even know the results that we're creating for people. So we're selling time in opposed to results. This is a big concept. If you're getting this, I want you to write, I'm getting this. Okay. I want you to write like, I'm getting this. So imagine, Valerie, that I need to put in 8,000 hours a year. Okay. And then let's break 8,000 hours down over the course of 52 weeks. Somebody want to do that, right? So anybody want to do that? Okay. And that will tell you what my work life would have looked like based on the example that I just gave you. All right, I'm going to pull out my calculator so I can, support you guys with that. So let's say 8,000 hours divided by 52 weeks, right? Which means It's more than 40 hours a week. I have to work 153 hours a week to achieve the goal that I had. Okay. So in essence, because I was selling time, it made my goal, right, 154 hours a week. It made my goal not attainable. It made it not, it made it just impossible. And that is the case with so many entrepreneurs who get started. And the thing that they don't understand is how to charge what they're worth. It's the reason why I teach my clients how to price what they're worth from the very beginning, because the moment you get clear on how to charge properly for the services that you provide, not Google searching what other people are doing, because I will tell you that the vast majority of people out there are copying what other people are doing. They don't know how to charge their own prices based on their background, their skills, and their experience. And any of my clients that have worked with me here know that the pricing structure that I support my clients with creating for themselves is very individualized based on what it is that they do. So you can't have one standard price for every single service. It's different for every industry for what the results are that you bring to the table. And the biggest disconnect and the reason that people don't know how to build a business they can depend on is because they do not know how to charge what they are worth. I see it over and over again. And the moment that I walk my clients through my process to show them how to look at what you're doing and how to charge what you're doing to stand properly in your own value and charge what you are worth, their entire business changes because their profitability changes. Are we getting this? Okay. Are we getting this? Okay. It's super important that you understand it, because it is often a really big blind spot. And it's the reason why not every coaching experience is going to work for you, because it is not just about being in a course or learning, a technique. No, you also need to know how to value what it is that you're doing for you, for your business, for your industry. Do you know this? All right. So important. Number 3, how to build a business that you can depend on. The third thing is only work with people who truly invest in results. And I'm going to repeat this. I talk about this all the time. Okay. Only work with people who are investors in results. So when you are looking to work with your ideal clients are people who are already looking for you. They have been looking for you since yesterday. Okay. They've got a problem. You've got a solution, and they're looking for someone that can solve their problems. The only people that I work with are people who actually want the answers that I know how to provide. They want to know how to package their knowledge into a high ticket structure. They want to know how to price the value, what it is that they do. They want to know how to market properly so their ideal customers come to them. They want to stop podcasting and blogging and going live every single day. They want to stop being on a million platforms, on Clubhouse, on, Instagram, all of these things where they're not seeing a yield. They want to understand how to build the business with ease and grace. And they want to know how to sell without being salesy, but also in a way where their ideal clients ask them for the sale. You need to know for yourself, what is it that people want from you? What are the results that you create so that you can provide that to only the people who are interested in making an investment in those kind of results. And I will tell you, the biggest issue is that most people are talking to everybody and they're thinking everyone's their customer. Not everyone is not your customer. Your customer is a person that is investment minded. Your customer is a person that will raise their hand and take out their credit card or their checkbook, and they're willing to make an investment to solve the problem that they have. You'll get a better client. Your ideal customer is a person who is investing in a solution. They're not investing in a band-aid. They want an answer, 100% answer. And they're not looking to create more busyness in their life and in their world. I'm just saying this to you because if you've thought that everyone's your client and no one's raised their hand, or you've created this email list and no one ever says yes to whatever you're putting out there, likely is because you're trying to market to everyone instead of really targeting people who truly are investing in results. And it is a difference. I love working with people who are investors because they will literally ask you, how can you help me? They will literally inbox me and say, Mia, this is what I'm looking for. We had someone today that reached out via email and said, I'm ready to work with you, Mia. When can we meet? It happens all the time because when you work with investors, they are looking for a solution. Are you working with investors? All right. Okay. I hope this is helping you. Number four, how to build a business you can depend on. Oh, this is so good. Be open to abundance and expect it. Okay. Now I know you guys are like me and you get ready to get all woo woo on me. I'm not. Okay. But hear me. Okay. So imagine that you want to build a business that gets you free. You're like, I want to hit $250,000 because I think like, even though a lot of times my clients say I want to hit $100,000, okay, or more in business, the reality is that $100,000 isn't really going to change your life. But a lot of times, by the time you get to $250,000, you can feel that a bit, right? You can feel that a bit, okay? So let's say you hit $250,000 or more. You have to be open to the abundance and expect it, not surprised by it, not like, oh, I hope I get there. But you have to have a level of expectancy. Now, I always say, think of it this way, and some of you have heard me say this before. Imagine that you were dating money. Like, imagine for a minute that instead of dating like your husband, your boyfriend, whoever, right, that you had a date with money. Okay, you going out with money. Okay, and every time money comes to you, you say, "For me." So think about it, like every time your partner would pull out the chair, did you say, "You pulled up my chair? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this"? Or did you have a level of expectancy that, like, of course you would do that because that's the only kind of guy I'm gonna date, is a guy that treats me this way. I'm just imagine your relationship. You're in a relationship with money. And I want you to think right now that when money comes to you, are you surprised that a customer says yes to your high ticket offer? Do you have an expectation that people see your worth and want to work with you? And that, of course, why would you not be profitable in your business? I'm challenging your belief system because so many people don't really get this part, that the reason that you don't attract what you want is because you actually don't expect it. You're like surprised that somebody paid you what you asked them. Therefore, sometimes you don't even ask people to pay you what you should be paid because your relationship with money, you're in conflict with it. You don't know that you deserve it. You're still surprised, right, that money flows and comes to you. But I will tell you that, be open to abundance and have an expectation that that's what it is. That's what you deserve. I don't have any caps on what my earnings can be or what's available to me, or why would I not deserve to have abundance in my life, right? Because I built a business so that I could have no caps, no periods. I recognize that I only build my services so that I deliver amazing results and over deliver to clients. So why would that not come with a level of expectation that abundance would be my birthright? My question is to you. You say it's true. You're delivering the value, okay? But think about your relationship with money and your level of expectation around receiving that abundance in your life, right? Which is called clients paying you, right? Right. Compensation for what it is that you do. It's interesting sometimes when people have low fees or no fees, or they're doing the work and they're not standing in their value. Most often it's because you are in conflict around your own value. See, the client is just a reflection of your belief systems. I'm like, literally, I know, well, but it's true, okay? The client is a reflection of your belief system. That if you look right now and you're like, this doesn't look like abundance in my bank account, Mia, Okay, it's time to do something different about it. All right. I know that one of the things that's helped me over the years is having a coach that holds me accountable to rising, to standing tall, right? To challenging that belief system, showing me how to grow. Okay. Amanda writes, yes, yes, yes. So true. I appreciate it. And there's a Facebook user that says yes. And Alicia Key says, that's good. I do not want to be in conflict with money. Abundance is my birthright, and that's deep. Your client is a reflection of your belief system, and it is true. All right, awesome. And hello, Elsie. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're here. You are on YouTube now. If this live is supporting you in any way, be sure to share it with another friend, like on Facebook, on Twitter, right, on YouTube. Like, just share it with other people because it'll support them. All right, number 5. Oh, this is really good. We're talking tonight, Elsie, about how to build a business that you can depend on. And number 5 is, now this is going to sound radical, so just hang in there with me, okay? But work with less people at the right prices. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how to build a business that you can depend on. And sometimes what gets in the way is you trying to work with too many people. I know. Okay, yeah. Telepathic, maybe. I know. But here's the deal. Sometimes less is more. And you're able to give your clients a higher version of you. Okay, so your clients get deeper and greater results because you're not trying to work with like thousands of people paying you $97, which is a nightmare. And nobody's getting any results really, okay, because maybe the product wasn't even intended to create those results for you. What I'm talking about right now is how to build a business that you can depend on. And I can tell you for sure that if you work with less people at the right prices, you'll really be able to focus your energy and your time, your talent to really give those people every single thing you've got. And they will love you because of it, because you're giving them all of you. It's one of the things that I love. I coach a lot of my clients, one to many, and I think that they would say they're on calls with me on Tuesday nights, and they would say, man, she gives it up. I do, because my only focus is to deliver amazing results to my clients, to share with them the question behind the question, to support them from one week to the next with deeper, higher learning so that they can implement more. See, when your questions are answered, you can implement more. And a lot of times what happens with superficial, I want to say coaching, I'll just say it, in consulting, is that you still don't know what to do, right? Because so many people, you didn't get your questions answered. You have no idea what to do, all right? But you had the intention to learn. But it's just that the environment was never set up for you to create the results or get the answers. So you become codependent your whole business life because why? You never got the answers. I'm breaking it down. I just wanted to explain to you how to build a business that you can depend on. Now think about for yourself. Imagine if you built your business so that your clients really get the best of you, the best of your skill set, the best of your knowledge, and your background. And as a result of that, they can get amazing results. Will other people want to work with you? Yes. And it's the reason why, not tooting my own horn, but it's fact. That's why I can say it. It's the reason why we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of clients who can back up that as a result of working with me, they were able to create a product, package their knowledge, price to stand in their value, position themselves completely differently, know how to sell in ways that they just never thought was possible because I can create that degree of intimacy and coach them because I'm not trying to work with everyone. And I hope that you guys are getting this. If you're getting this, okay, I want you to write bingo, right? Like, just put bingo. You could all caps, small case, doesn't matter. Hashtag bingo, doesn't matter. But you need to understand, we're talking tonight about how to build a business you can depend on. And if you have a small number of clients and that those clients are paying you high ticket and you deliver amazing results, you become known for the results that you create for others. That's what you become known for. The results, right? I mean, the results that you create. So we got a couple bingos. Carla says bingo. Evelyn says bingo. Edie says bingo. Alicia says bingo. Amanda says bingo. Okay. And, it's so interesting because it's important to understand that you don't have to kill yourself trying to market to every single person that you see. Not everyone's going to be a fit. Remember, we only work with people who want the results and transformation that we provide, okay? And Elsie says, bingo, I really like what you're saying. And I really like that our hair matches. See, we both have froze. Okay, awesome. So I'm so excited. Okay, number 6, how to build a business you can depend on. Number 6, package what you know best. Okay, that's simple. Package what you know best. Now, notice I didn't say package your passion. So, because, don't package your passion. Okay. Package what you know how to do best. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, I'm very passionate right now about my garden. However, I cannot support you in growing your garden like my garden, okay? Because it's not my expertise, honestly. I got a lot of help to do this. And my job right now is to water plants a couple times a day and to prune and weed and things like that. I got that. But if I had to do the implementation and all of this myself right now, I wouldn't be talking about my garden. I'm passionate about it, but it's not my area of expertise. My question to you right now is, what is your area of expertise? And how can you take that knowledge, that background, that gift, the gifts and experience, package what you know how to do that creates an amazing result for your company or for people already, and put that in your own system. Excuse me. It's what I show my clients how to do. Okay. Package what you know how to do best. Give away. Stop doing this. I'm passionate about this. I'm just so excited. Okay. Right. If it doesn't create a result for others, people aren't going to pay you for your passions. They're going to pay you for the kind of results you can provide for them based on what you know how to do. And a lot of times, a lot of people have been making this way too hard. Like, I just want to live my passion. I want to build my passion. I want to get free with my passions. My passions would have never gotten me free. Okay. But I do have a very specialized ability to take what I know how to do and transfer my knowledge, my step-by-step systems to others so that they can create the exact same result. That's fact. Okay. And once I got clear on that's what I know how to do, then I identified other people who wanted what the results first I created for myself, and they wanted those results, and I taught them my systems. Okay. I said, this is how I did this. This is how I pitched to these corporations. This is what I wrote. This is what I said. This is how I got myself signed to a television show. This is what I did. Okay. Not what I read. This is what I did. Okay. You know what I mean? Because that's so important, right? This is how I built my coaching practice. Like, this is what I did. Okay. And I share what I've done step by step for my clients. I believe it's the reason why they create amazing results. The question is, what is it that you know how to do that you can package step by step? I do invite many of you, if you don't know how to put together, check out my Giant Experience Master Training, because it does break down step by step over the course of the 2-day training. I literally go pretty deep and give you some clarity on how to take what you're doing and put it in a structure that is something that your ideal clients will want for you. My clients create amazing results quickly. There's a 10-hour training that you get to watch from the comfort of your home. And then I work with you over the course of 2 days live, right? That it's about a day and a half. And I really support you in deeper learning and implementing what you're doing. Number 7, how to build a business you can depend on. Number 7. Oh God, this is so good. Allow your results to sell your services. Yeah, that's true. So we're talking about how to build a business you can depend on, okay? We're talking about how you can build a business that you can depend on. So allow your results to sell your services, okay? So a lot of times people are trying to sell their services and they have no results. And the reason that their services don't sell is because you don't have the ability to show that you can create real results for others. Okay. But I can tell you that if you have the ability to create results for others, selling becomes a no-brainer. You don't even have to sell anything. People want the results. And so it's really important to understand how to position what you're doing so that people who want to work with you, for those of you who know you have the ability to create results for others, how do you put that together so that your ideal customers will want to work with you? It's really important. You know, let's be clear, today in social media world, nobody knows what's true, nobody knows what's real, nobody knows what's real, except that if you do create results for others and your clients display the evidence, they say what their truth has been as a result of working with you, then it becomes a no-brainer that people come to understand that you actually do the things that you say you do. When I tell you the number of times I've met people who say, I can help you do dot, 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 and they themselves have never done the dot, dot, dot themselves. There have been no proof, no evidence. And so my recommendation always to you is that when you think about your coaches, your teachers, your mentors, whoever it is you're investing in, the next course, whatever it is, training, event, whatever it is, where I would start, write this down, is with the evidence, with the proof. Because if someone really can create results for you in the way that they say, there would be proof, wouldn't there? Wouldn't there? Somebody say, if you think that it would be proof, then I want you to write yes. And if you don't think that there would be proof, then write no. But for me, I've recognized over the years that if you tell me that you can support me in a result, then likely you have evidence that you've been able to do this. And I've learned that not all advice is the same, and that for me, for example, I only wanted to work with mentors who were free because I had a desire to be a full-time entrepreneur. And if you were not free, you could not teach me. So it's no accident that I'm free today, because my mentors were all full-time entrepreneurs working from the comfort of their home, not traveling all over the world because they had to. They were in choice about how they got to live their lives and run their business. I wanted to build a business that would allow me to be free. That was the reason I got into business, was to get myself free. Okay. I knew that whether or not I built a business or not, my kids would likely go to private school, and and they would have a great life. What I didn't know was I going to be free? Okay. And I tell you guys all the time the truth. I never built my business for my family. I built my business for my own freedom. I honestly had to figure out how to get myself free. And I knew that if I got myself free, my family would be the direct benefactors of that. So I could be the volunteer mom, I could show up, do whatever I wanted to do, because if I got myself free, I could do that. I could show up in ways that I just couldn't do that. Work at 153 hours a week in that old business model that I thought, which wasn't going to happen, or working 70 hours a week for someone else, and I had no control over my time, or having to ask permission to do whatever it is that I desired to do. And I know this is speaking to some of you. All right. Created a transition plan for myself. And I allowed my results to sell my services. It became undeniable that created the result for myself. You saw me on television. I mean, that was a real result. So anybody that came to me and said, hey, can you help me do this? You watch me week after week, right? On America Now, or as the mom strategist on the new Ricky Lake show, or a corporate deal. You saw my branding when I did my partnerships with Panera Bread, Great Harvest, Corner Bakery Cafe, just to name a few. The fact of the matter is, because I had evidence and proof that I had created this result for myself, it was undeniable. I had the proof. So ideal clients would come to me and say, show me how. All right. The question is, do you have the proof, and do you know what to do with the proof and the results that you've created already? And if you don't, you likely need to know how to position that. All right. Number 8. Oh, this is good. Now, number 8 is like, you could have listened to every single thing that I've said here. And if you don't do number 8, we're talking about how to build a business that you can depend on. and this is my litmus test for everything. Only work with people who say yes quickly. Yeah, I said that. So only work with people who can say yes quickly. Um, when I think about the number of people who work with people who say yes slowly, and they try to understand why they're not free or not as profitable, because they're like sitting on an egg and sitting on an egg and waiting for these clients to hatch. You're waiting for someone to pay you. They say 1 month, 2 months, 2 years, whatever. And they never move forward. And yet you sit on that hope and that wish and that expectation, and it never manifests because your ideal clients will say yes to you fast. It's true. My clients typically say yes within 3 days. That's it. Why is that important? Because I work with action takers, people who can make a decision, people who want change, and people who want change, they want change right now. Imagine that I want to change my life, and I say, I want to change my life. I want to change my body, but I'll get started in 6 months. You already know I'm not serious. I want you to think about this. We're talking tonight. This is a real topic. How to build a business you can depend on. And you can't depend on your business if your sales process is broken. And as a result of it, every time your ideal clients or people you think are your prospects who are interested in your services, they can't say yes right away. They got to ask their husband, their dog, their cat. They cannot make a decision. They're always, I'm coming. Those people never do it. They always stay right there. Your ideal clients are action takers. They're people who can make a decision. They choose you because they want the results right now, and they're willing to do the work. Is this clear? If this is clear, I just want you to say all clear, okay? Because we're talking about how to build a business you can depend on, and you cannot build a business that you can depend on if your sales process never allows your clients to move beyond, like, I'm interested, right? Okay. The only way the business becomes a business that is reliable is that ideal clients have to come forward and say yes. And if people can't say yes, they're less than ideal. Okay. Now, there's sometimes reasons for it. Sometimes it's because we don't know how to show up and handle objections in the sales process. That's true. But I would say that if you're marketing what you're marketing properly, then your ideal clients can say yes to you quickly. Come on. Like, are you serious? Now, remember everything I just mentioned, right? Like, they already have the proof. They already see that you create these results. What are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? Come on. So you need to work with people who have that ability. And if they don't have that ability, they're not your ideal clients. Change your marketing. I don't have time to work with people who are wishing and hoping, because I'm working with people who are doing, right, and creating and implementing, right, and like knocking it out the park. You get to choose for yourself who are the people that you want to support. Elsie writes, all clear, and a Facebook user writes also, all clear. And I just wanted to mention that because I think it's so important. And Amanda writes, oh, I can't wait for the Retreat Mastermind Elevate. It's going to be fire. I'm so excited. And the last thing I have for you tonight, last tip, and then I'll hear your eyes and your takeaways and answer any questions. Number 9 is, we're talking about how to build a business you can depend on. And number 9 is measure everything. So if you want to build a business that you can depend on, it's very important to make sure that you keep track of many metrics in your business. You have to measure what matters in your business. That's how you know what's creating results for you. Okay, so, so, so important. And if you have a business where you are not measuring the results, you're not tracking the success or the growth in many different areas, whether it's your spending or your ads or your marketing, or whether it's that you're improving, the number of people who are joining your list or the quality of your list, things like that. It's so much more in a systematic way, right? Then your business isn't going to be reliable. But if you do track those things, you will build a predictable machine. Okay. And that's the coolest part. What I'm interested in is when clients get free, for them to stay free. And you can only stay free by measuring what's going on so that you know what works in your business, what makes your business exceptionally predictable, right? Or you can also anticipate when things aren't going well, because sometimes in business things happen, right? Because we're all human. Life has cycles, right? So that you understand what happened and what you need to tweak and what is broken, etc. All right, that's what I have for you today. All right, so I know that you have your favorite aha or takeaway from this live, and I want to hear it. So right here, your favorite aha or takeaway that you got from this live. I'll recap in a minute. Arlene writes, all clear, and a Facebook user also writes, all clear. I'm so glad that you guys are clear. We talked today about how to build a business that you can depend on. Quick recap. I want to hear your ahas, your takeaways. And if you have a question for me, let me know. Equally, if you're like me, this was so good, how can I support you? What I recommend you take a peek at is the Giant Experience Master Training. If you're interested in any way to package what you know as a high ticket offering, both online or offline. If you want to know step by step how to take your knowledge and package it, price it, price to fully value what you're doing, how to position yourself in the marketplace, marketing yourself specifically, right? And also how to find buyers. It is a turnkey training that teaches you exactly my step by step process on how to do that. It is the first step. It is the first step. All right. And I'll never waste your time, because why would I want to do that? Right. I want you to come back week after week. Okay. All right. So, how to build a business you can depend on. Here's a quick recap. Let me know your aha or takeaway. Number one was stand in your value. Number two, charge what you are worth. Number three, only work with people who truly invest in results. Number four, be open to abundance expected. Remember that. Okay. Number five, work with less people at the right prices, right? You got it, right? Number six, package what you know best. Number seven, allow your results to sell your services. And number eight, work with people who say yes quickly. And number nine is measure everything. All right. So, what I'd like to hear from you is your aha or your takeaway, or if you have a question or just a statement, I would like to hear from you. If you're watching the replay, yep, you can absolutely post your questions and your takeaways as well. I want to hear from you. Carla writes, one must stand in their value at all times. Absolutely. It's so important. It is the foundation to, in my opinion, to build a business that you can depend on, right? It's standing in your value. So important to building the right kind of business. Elsie writes, I came in late and what you said so resonated with me. Elsie, it's the fro. It's our froze, right? That's it. That's it. That's the connection. But I thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Facebook user says, my favorite takeaway is only work with people who make quick decisions and to measure your results. So important, right? Your ideal clients can say yes. They can say yes. All right. So important. And measure your results. Measure what matters. Measure what matters. Okay. Then there's a Facebook user that writes, Evelyn, know your worth and charge for it. Very important. Okay. You got to know your worth and you got to stand in your value and charge what you're worth. You attract a better client. You're able to build a business where you can get yourself free and stay free. Today we're talking specifically how to build a business that you can absolutely depend on. Any other ahas or takeaways or questions from tonight's live, or anything for that matter over the next couple of minutes? It was an honor to be here and to be able to support you 100%. You were just amazing, right? Like, great questions, great insight. Love the energy as always. And I love coming here on Mondays. Every Monday I come here 8 o'clock, 8:15, and just share from my heart something that I know will touch some of you and get you to make it that change, all right, 100%, because you deserve it. Carla writes, I love that, Carla. Thank you so much. And then a Facebook user writes, this was valuable. I'm so glad this was valuable for you, and that it gets you to think differently, right? To show up for yourself in completely different ways. And equally, if you're watching this and you think this would benefit someone, tag a friend, share it with a friend so that they can grow in their life and in their world as a result of you hearing this and passing it along. I call being a go-giver so important to me. So I wanted to come on here tonight and share this because this is a question that we get all the time. Like, how do I build a business, right? That I can depend on, that I can count on, that I can retire with. Like, these are the things that to me have mattered the most. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 2 decades. I built a business I love. Okay. And I work with amazing women who call themselves giants. And I only work with giants because you got to be a giant to change your life, right? And be able to handle that truth about yourself. All right. If I can support you in any way, let me know. I did post a link for the Giant Experience Master Training. I'm sure many of you will sign up and be a part of that experience. And if not, sign up for my email list, miaredrick.com. No, is that right? Right. MiaRedrick.com, MiaRedrick.com. I have to think about that for a minute. MiaRedrick.com. Sign up for my email list. And I promise not to spam you or anything like that. Okay. Awesome. Amanda takes an amazing person to call another person amazing. So I appreciate you for that and super proud of you. I know you got some amazing things to share on tomorrow about what's going on in your business. Okay. With that, I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you're here right now and you're here for a reason, right? Have a great and amazing night, and I'll talk to you soon.